This is Larry Henares making your day with part 11 of an essay I wrote entitled Great Civilizations, chapter The Rise of Islam. We continue to quote, "The Iranian Revolution of 1979 led to the overthrow of the Shah dynasty and its eventual replacement with a national republic under Ayatollah Khomeini, the leader of the revolution supported by various leftist and Islamist organizations and Iranian student movements. It is very sad that despite their rich natural resources, the Muslims are the poorest and the most needy people in the world. The Muslim countries relied heavily on the Western countries' yearly financial aids to help them. But why all this? Well, the answer is quite simple. It is the lack of Islamic democracy and leadership in those countries. The Muslim world is either controlled by secular Muslims or extremely fanatic ones. There are no real moderate Muslims in control. There is no real Islam that serves everyone. All we have in 90% of the Muslim countries are dictatorships supported by the Western countries. By having dictators who are nothing but puppets for the West, would enable the West to sell as much expensive weapons as possible to the third world Muslims and other non-Muslim countries, keeping them in a poor financial situation, minimizing any independence movement against the West, and keeping Western corporations and economies very rich. By having those dictatorships, it became easier for the Western countries to politically control them. More about this after these messages. This is Larry Henares making your day with part 11 of my essay, The Great Civilizations, chapter The Rise of Islam. And we continue to quote, "The Saudi Arabia kingdom today is ruled by one family. This family controls all the country's oil resources and revenues. They literally have hundreds of billions of dollars in their Western bank accounts, while most of the Saudi citizens are very poor. Now, suppose the Saudi people were able to drive out the ruling family and create a democracy where the people determine their own destinies freely. Suppose these Saudis tell the Americans, 'Go away! We won't sell you any of our oil as long as you support Israel.' Do you know what will happen? The American F-16 and stealth bombers will immediately blow away all of the oil fields in Saudi Arabia. Why would the United States do that? It's because the dictatorship that it was supporting was defeated, and now the U.S. interests are considerably influenced by another nation. This nation might not want to sell their oil for as cheap as the United States used to get it from its puppets. That is exactly what's happening to the rest of the Muslim world. Take Iraq as another example. Saddam Hussein was Americans' best friend, and most of his weapons came from the United States during the Iran-Iraq 8 years war. After he finished his war with the Iranians and decided to have a conflict with the United States interests in the Persian Gulf region, the United States was swift to beat the living hell out of Iraq in the Persian Gulf War twice. The United States did not mind Saddam Hussein being a butcher and a dictator before the Persian Gulf War to his people. The minute Saddam decided to violate the United States' interests, the United States turned against him. The trouble is, when the Americans get rid of the dictators they cannot control, they replace them with democratic governments so corrupt and so weak that they're immediately replaced by radical Muslim fanatics, even harder to control, like Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, and the ISIS, who are conducting a holy war or jihad against the entire Western world, especially Israel, against their own people who collaborate with the West. Radical Islam's holy war sets the stage for World War III that will truly be worldwide war, targeting any city and any country in the entire planet. A war that will involve the religions of Jews, Christians, and Muslims, exactly as the Bible predicted. More tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Larry Henares, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.